Global Warming and the Greenhouse Effect verse The Hole in the Ozone Layer by Karen and Maya Mashiach. There is a difference between global warming and the greenhouse effect versus the hole in the ozone layer. Global warming and the greenhouse effect. The three main contributions to the greenhouse effect are carbon dioxide, which is released naturally through respirations, volcanic eruptions, and forest fires, and is released by humans through deforestation, land use changes, and the burning of fossil fuels. Next is methane, and is produced by humans through decomposition of waste and landfills, agriculture, rice cultivations, ruminant digestions, and manure management. It is produced during coal mining and petroleum production, and by burning biomass fuels. It is produced by the natural decay of plant and animal matter. Next is chlorofluorocarbons, which is released by humans through spray cans as propellants, refrigeration, and air conditioning. The hole in the ozone layer. The first layer is the troposphere. It is half of Earth's atmosphere. Weather occurs here, and the boundary is the tropopause. The next layer is the stratosphere. Jet and aircraft fly in this layer. It is very stable. It is the ozone layer where it absorbs some harmful UV rays. The boundary is the stratopause. The next layer is the mesosphere. This is where meteor rocks and fragments burn. The boundary is the mesopause. The next layer is the thermosphere. This is the layer with auroras. Space shuttles orbit here. The last layer is the exosphere. This is where atmosphere merges into space. It is the upper limit of Earth's atmosphere. This is a diagram showing the layers of the atmosphere. In the stratosphere is the ozone layer. So, global warming and the greenhouse effect involves greenhouse gases, and the hole in the ozone layer involves the layers of the atmosphere. Infrared radiation is emitted into the Earth's atmosphere. The radiation emits back in different directions. The result of this is global warming. And this is the diagram showing the relationship between the infrared radiation and greenhouse effect. The hole in the ozone layer. How is ozone produced, you're probably wondering? Ozone is produced when ultraviolet UV rays penetrate O2 and make it into two single oxygen atoms. Then the single oxygen atom attracts to the O2 and forms O3, ozone. This is a diagram showing ozone production in the stratosphere. So, the greenhouse effect allows infrared radiation to be emitted through the Earth's atmosphere. Therefore, it causes warming of the Earth. The ozone helps block the ultraviolet radiation. It utilizes the UVs to break apart the oxygen and create ozone. The greenhouse effect is warming that results when the atmosphere traps heat radiating from Earth towards space. The pros are that plants can grow nicely because they need the warmth and humidity from the greenhouse effect. Without that, there may be an ice age, and the climate would be around 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit. The cons is that it alters precipitation patterns, wind patterns, and ocean currents and levels. Polar ice caps will melt, sea levels will rise and flood the coast. Areas will begin to have a lot of rainfall. Tropical places will begin to experience heavier monsoons. Higher climates will worsen dryness, creating bigger deserts, drier soil, and drought. The importance of the ozone layer is that it protects us and Earth from the sun's harmful UV rays. People are worried about its depletion because it can cause sunburn, skin cancer, and eye diseases. Temperatures can severely rise when the ozone depletes. So, the greenhouse effect. Without it, we could have another ice age and plants would not be grown nicely, and it alters the weather in bad extreme ways. The ozone layer protects us from the effects that harmful UV rays can do. In the beginning of the 19th century, when the Industrial Revolution began, atmospheric pollutants filled the air with extra carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is caused by burning fossil fuels. In the mid-19th century, temperatures began to increase, and since then they continued. Factories and vehicle emissions put so much unneeded toxic chemicals into our atmosphere every day. Acid rain and smog, which depletes the ozone layer and contributes to the global warming, were produced. People placing waste into the ocean increases the amount of carbon dioxide because the oceans soak up 1/3 of the carbon dioxide, and without with the waste in the oceans cannot soak up the carbon dioxide, increasing the weather. Carbon dioxide is 30% higher than what it was in the past 160,000 years. Although there are natural causes for releasing greenhouse gases, human activities have been producing increasing amounts of these gases.
The hole in the ozone layer. You might be wondering, what are CFCs? CFCs, aka CFCl3, are found in spray cans, plastic, industries, and halons, which are used in fire extinguishers. CFCs consist of chlorine, fluorine, and carbon. Another question is, how do they deplete the ozone? UV radiation penetrates CFCl3. Then one Cl molecule breaks apart from the CFCl3. After, the Cl atom attacks the O3 and breaks apart the ozone molecule to become ClO plus O2. After this happens, a single oxygen atom breaks apart the ClO, which causes the Cl to be free to repeat the same process.
So, climate change is caused mainly by carbon dioxide, and climates are changed after the Industrial Revolution started. Factories and vehicles also contribute to climate change.
The depletion of the ozone layer is a cycle that almost never ends. CFCs should be regulated not just in the government, but should be taken seriously in homes, schools, and etc.
Solutions for global warming is that they should cut the amount of GHGs, which are greenhouse gases, used. Less energy has to be produced and used. Must increase the amount of solar and power, recycled hydrogen, biofuels, and natural gas and nuclear power. You must capture the carbon dioxide and store it underground in a process called carbon sequestration. Increasing the amounts of forests and crops can help with storing carbon dioxide.
The hole in the ozone layer. Even though CFCs have been heavily regulated in the U.S., there is still an increase in the depletion of the ozone layer since 1985. Recently, though, there has been a decrease in the depletion of the ozone hole. The ozone hole over Antarctica has grown over the years. There has been much more awareness about the ozone and its depletion, though. This is a diagram showing the hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica.
So, the difference between the hole in the ozone and greenhouse effect.
The hole in the ozone layer is the depletion of gases.
And the greenhouse effect is the buildup of gases.
Thank you.
Bye.